Welcome everyone to another episode of Web3 Pulse. It's the crypto evangelist here, and I'm excited to be here today. We are going to have an action-packed Web3 live. There are a lot of things for us to talk about. We're going to talk about what's happening in the crypto market. There's a lot of developments that has happened in crypto during this period, and it's very, very interesting that we are seeing the crypto market showing us new signs. We are seeing some evolving signs with the price of cryptocurrencies having significant highs recently, and there's a lot of excitement in the air. And today we are going to be talking about some of the controversial things that have happened in the last 24 hours. We're also going to be exploring what's happening in the crypto space. We are going to be looking at our token spotlights for today. We're also going to be talking about like different things that has happened in the space within this period. I hope you enjoy your time here with me. And if you have any comments, you can always drop in the comment section. We also have our crypto evangelist engagement bot that has gotten a lot of engagement. I know that this week we celebrated 100 users using the bots, and we are quite excited that we've been able to provide a way for users to be incentivized during the activities. Even though at the moment we are starting with our initial audience in Nigeria, but over time we are going to spread our community based on our growth, because our price pool is actually dependent on how fast we grow, and I'm confident that we can actually have that amount of growth within this period of time. And one of the things that I've seen is that there's a lot of like developments in the space. We are looking to find our ways to plug into what we believe is one of the main things within this ecosystem. And we all know that the crypto space is one area where there's a lot of development and things can happen very fast. So without further ado, let's get into what we have today. We are going to start with our Web3 news first, as we normally do. And we know that when it comes to the Web3 ecosystem, today's our first news today is about XRP. XRP open interest skyrockets over $10 billion, and we're going to have like a quick view of what we're talking about, right? So, looking at the news from Finboard, we are seeing that XRP has witnessed intense trader engagement this month, propelled by regulatory development, institutional adoption, and technical breakouts. Together, these growth catalysts have driven the price of XRP to about $3.55 as at the time of writing. That's according to the news. And one of the things that we've seen is the fact that XRP future options has sort of increased. It's quite massive, and this has a lot of things to that is going to show with regards its price. Part of the things that we are going to see is when there is interest in a particular cryptocurrency option. It could be futures, it could be spot trading. We tend to see a commensurate move in its price, with many people jumping and aping into the token. And that is one of the things that we're likely to see for XRP. That's one of the major developments that we might see. And another thing that we see too is the question that was asked in this article, which is, why is XRP price going up? And this momentum is based on the clarity on the Genius and Clarity Acts that were passed by the US government, which has provided much more clarity in terms of regulatory frameworks, in terms of capital gains in cryptocurrencies, and it has brought about like greater clarity with regards to the regulatory framework. We know that one of the agendas of Donald Trump in his second term is to make America one of the homes of cryptocurrencies, and we are not surprised that we are seeing moves like this, like aggressive moves in the first 6 months of his administration. As I always say, Donald Trump has only been in power for 6 months, but it feels like he has been in power for 2 years with the amount of developments that we've seen in different aspects of cryptocurrencies. And now we can see that based on this, traders are eyeing a sustained hold above $3.55 and $3.60 to confirm the breakout. And XRP continues to show significant gains in its price. We are seeing that the price of XRP is extremely bullish. And if we go to coin market cap, as we can see here, XRP is up 21% in the last 7 days. We're going to talk more about that in our market watch section. But from here, you can see that the trading volume is about 210 billion. It has even surpassed Tether in terms of a market cap and is the third largest cryptocurrencies based on market cap during this period. And this is despite the regulatory issues that XRP has faced, the fact that many people in the cryptocurrency space see it as a very centralized token, but it continues to like pique the interest of people. It continues to show significant growth in the last few weeks, and one of the things that I'm expecting is for the growth like to continue. And I will not be surprised if the price of XRP hits significant heights in the coming days. Talking about growth in the cryptocurrency space, we've seen Telegram. Telegram has launched its self-custody crypto wallet for US markets. That was one news that I saw before I came on this live, and I decided to add it to our news session. It's a huge one because when you look at it, Telegram launches its self-custody wallet for Americans. This news was taken up from Cryptopolitan, and then you can see that they've started the rollout of its crypto wallets to users in the United States, according to local um, news platform CNBC. The new feature is going to enable Americans to like use cryptocurrencies. They would also be able to like send cryptocurrencies without without needing to download, no browser plugin and no third-party login needed. It's live inside the Telegram interface and available to anyone in the US. The product is called Ton Wallet, which we all know is the blockchain that was built on the open source Telegram and is fully self-custodial. That means every user manages their own private keys. And this is one of the huge things about non-custodial or self-custodial wallets, right? You manage your private keys. There's no centralization. Like you don't wake up one day and you don't have access to your account. And users will also be able to send crypto to their contacts with the same ease that they receive message. And that's the entire point of the rollout. That's really, really interesting because if users are able to send cryptocurrencies or tokens to each other via the Telegram app, that's making Telegram like a super app, because when you think about it, that's huge for users to be able to send cryptocurrencies to their user, like just based on username, just more or less like the way what is the name of this popular US payments platform, Cash App, yeah, the way Cash App is, and also the way Venmo is. So that's what they're trying to do with Telegram, and you can see that the CEO of the platform that built this feature, Andrew Rogozov, said the company delayed the wallet's US release because of legal uncertainty, and they have said that due to the shifts in regulations, they've thought about it and they are launching it in the US market. So definitely, it's only US registered Telegram users that will be able to use this feature. And Telegram is one platform that is very dynamic. It has a lot of open source to its nature, where we have a lot of bots, a lot of features, and it's considered as the messaging app of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. The way Twitter is considered as the main hub. Then you have Telegram, which is the messaging platform for most crypto projects. And we also have Discord, which is like the community home or the DAO for a lot of crypto projects. So having this feature built on Telegram is very, very important, and self-custody is very important for mainstream crypto users that want to have access to their wallets. It's going to reduce the drama of what happened with FTX or what happened with other centralized exchanges like Celsius and all that collapsed and had issues. With this, it's just a simple rollout. Users can have like their self-custodial wallet, and it says onboarding is built around the split key system, so it's connected to the user's Telegram account, the other to their email, and no need to download the wallet, no need to remember the seed phrase. But part of the reasons in terms of like user security can be an issue, because we know there are usually high profile acts of Telegram accounts. So the functionality includes peer-to-peer transfers, token swaps, taking for yield. So they also have like a lot of functionalities. But one of the things that you'd see is that Telegram has also like set the stage for most of these things, right? Even though they officially stepped away from the Ton blockchain in 2020 after legal pressure from SEC, the company has kept integrating Ton features like tokenized username, collectible stickers, and support for Fragment, a Ton-based marketplace. So why Telegram no longer controls the network is that it has not let go. And with this US launch, you are going to see it that Coinbase and Cash App. So what it's trying to do now is that instead of offering regulated licenses directly, is keeping clear of legal headaches by working with license partners like MonPay for fiat and out transactions. So we are seeing that due to the fact that the Telegram app has those features due to its initial integration of the Tom blockchain ecosystem, many products can come and leverage that to build services. And that's one of the things that this platform is doing, like trying building a wallet-based system on the Telegram app. So I will not be surprised. They're going to have a lot of users because the onboarding is very easy. And it's very easy for people to just go to their Telegram wallet address. But me, as a personal advice, platforms like Telegram is cool, but Telegram accounts that you use as your messaging account, it's always better to just put like little amounts there. You can always withdraw it to a proper wallet address or a hardware wallet to provide yourself with like better security and makes it easier for users. But it's a nice feature, which means people can accept payments by just sending their Telegram username to the companies that they work with and they receive payment. So that's a very good one from the crypto ecosystem. And it shows that the strategic implications and the fact that this can lead to more crypto adoption. But obviously, they are rolling out in the US market first, and we should expect that we are going to see more rollout to the international market because the US market tends to have the biggest headache in terms of regulatory clarity. I think the US and the UK. But if they can roll out successfully in the US market, then they are definitely going to roll out globally, and which will see the feature roll out to a larger um, user base, and onboarding will definitely happen. That's a great one that has happened in the crypto space. From here, we go to the current controversy that is happening in the Cardano ecosystem. This is where when I read about it just before the live today, I was like, what's happening in Cardano? Cardano is not usually in the news for negative things, but this time we are seeing a major significance or a major boiling point for the Cardano ecosystem. And what's happening is that a major Cardano whale controlling 6 million ADA has publicly criticized Charles Hoskinson and his Impute Output Global Foundation. The whale accused IOG of wasting millions on fruitless projects and failing to deliver results over the years. In a now deactivated X account, the whale made their stance clear. They vowed to oppose all future IOG proposals and encouraged other delegators to do the same. The message said, "We are in a place where the founding entity has not delivered much for years and is requesting obscene amount of funds to keep the same level of non-delivery." So this is Cardano's whale's generic rationale. He is no longer supports IOG because the founding entity has not delivered much. And if you can see this screenshot, it says, "I have since decided to no longer support the IO proposal, which would potentially leave significant more space to upvote other things. While I may therefore exercise slightly more flexibility, I nevertheless still aim to keep approving treasury spending extremely low, as he believes it is the best interest for other holders." I think one of the things that we are seeing here is the feature of delegation, right? Which is a governance feature being put to test. And the whale urged Cardano users to delegate ADA to representatives who would automatically reject IOG proposals. And in Cardano's governance system, some people that don't understand, in Cardano's governance system, individuals with smaller other holdings delegate their voting power to larger representatives like this will. And that's the way the voting system works. So when you hear governance system, cryptocurrencies give you the ability to vote on decisions, that is basically the way the vote tends to go on most crypto platforms. You delegate your voting power to larger representatives, and then they vote on decisions, because the voting system is based on the amount of tokens that is staked on that proposal. So most times it's usually the larger delegates or whales that tend to hold sway with regards decisions like this, right? And that's the reason why this whale is saying that he does not believe in Charles Hawkinson's company IOG, that they've been unable to spend their money judiciously. And Charles Hawkinson responded swiftly, denied claims that Cardano has ignored scaling issues, stating that the development is on that way. But to be honest, my personal opinion, Cardano has been very slow in dropping updates. Like they've been having like a lot of delays, even though it's still one of the most respected ecosystem. And look at, he claimed that he's going to escalate the matter by saying that he's consulting a defamation law firm. He made it clear that the will did not speak for the broader community. So why are you really saying that you want to like go to a law firm for defamation and all that? In the crypto space, when a founder is quick to say defamation, it tends to bring a lot of like eyeballs into the crypto space. And you can see the backlash sparked wider discussions. Cardano rep, a long time holder and liquidity provider, announced changes to his delegation. Why While he acknowledged areas where IOG could improve, he insisted that it was too early to withdraw full support. Others, however, backed the will and and um and insisted others, however, backed the will, saying that IOG is too focused on governance reforms while neglecting urgent scaling needs. Some users also questioned Hawkinson's legal response, fearing negative media headlines and compares him to Craig Wright, who damaged BSV's image with frequent legal threats. Yeah, basically, that's one of the things that I expected would happen, because that's one of the things that I said, right? That why will he really say here he's going to go for defamation? That's going to bring a lot of like pushback from the community, because I know the crypto ecosystem is always skeptical about anything legal. So the will just gave his own opinion, and obviously I expected Charles Hawkinson to respond in a way that it's much like easier to defend. And I knew that the crypto space are going to definitely say that him saying this is going to be very, very like strange. We know that Craig Wright, that is his specialty, and and I'm not surprised that we are seeing a pushback on him. So you can see that Charles Hawkinson said, I just received the first copy of the audit report. I believe we're on schedule for a mid-August release, assuming the work continues. So you can see that part of the tension is that he recently addressed a $500 million accounting controversy. He claimed to be reviewing an audit report and promised to read it aloud during a live stream once it is completed. This dispute continues to show the growing dissatisfaction among some of Cardano's biggest stakers. Whether the whale's concerns are valid or simply a show of force, the debate has reignited long-standing questions about IOG's accountability, and Hawkinson remains confident in IOG progress and seems ready to counter criticism head-on. So if you read this article is just providing um an objective point of view with regards it, right? And when you think about it, the whales have that influence in terms of voting. They can vote against providing treasury funds to IOG to continue their research. So it's very, very like vital that this kind of thing is happening at this point of time. Cardano has a very unique blockchain ecosystem in which updates are done, like his blockchain is released in updates, right? And this has frustrated a lot of people, because if you consider it, Cardano is one of the oldest cryptocurrencies, but yet its updates has not ended. We still don't have the full base Cardano ecosystem, right? And over time, we've seen other competitors that came in late, like Solana, sort of overtake in terms of people building decentralized apps on it. We've also seen some other competitors like Arbitrum, even though you say it's a layer 2 blockchain. We've seen a lot of layer 2 blockchains come and get a significant market share. So I'm not surprised that the whale or the delegator is complaining about the pace in development on the Cardano ecosystem. That's one thing that many old watchers of Cardano and even I myself at certain times have talked about, that the pace is quite slow. And unsurprisingly, this is becoming like an issue that some people are talking about and turning to a significant market discussion. So that's one of the things that I would see in the crypto space. You tend to see these issues pop up from time to time, and we tend to know, but it's just a normal thing that happens in the ecosystem. There's a lot of like money involved, and when there's a lot of money involved, people have a lot of expectations, and when people have a lot of expectations, we tend to see disagreements happen. So Charles Hawkinson should not be is no stranger to this. So I'm sure that he understands the reasons for these developments and why some of those whales are like having a sort of revolt to some of the things that he's doing. So unsurprisingly, this is not really a surprise, but I just decided to highlight this in this news because it's something quite important just for the community to know about. So next we are going into our market watch. A market watch is where we look at what's happening in the crypto market and we explore different aspects of the crypto market just to see what's shaping up. And looking at the crypto market, we can see the market is showing green. We've seen in the last 1 hour the bull tendencies coming back. BTC is trying to take its next major run to 125,000. It has hit 123,000 already, but it retraced. And if we look at the market of Bitcoin, you can see the way it is like it's shaping up. And another thing that we can also look at from Bitcoin is that the price of Bitcoin, you can see it hit 120k a few days ago. That was 7th 18, that's about 4 days ago. And it's very, very like, as the market mover, its price definitely has a significant impact in the market. But Ethereum is up 20% within this period. Ethereum had like just a very, very slight retracement, but we can see that the market sentiment for Ethereum is very high. There's a lot of like community sentiment. Many people are talking about the project, and I'm not surprised that Ethereum continues to hold sway in this regard because we see that Ethereum has that significant sway in the market, and I'm not surprised that there's a lot of talk about Ethereum staking. There's a lot of talk about what Ethereum could do in the coming weeks, right? Another cryptocurrency that we can see is having major push is XRP. XRP is also up 21%. We spoke about XRP earlier, and XRP is one cryptocurrency that continues to show a lot of like potentials, despite all the obstacles has really like that has really affected it in the past few weeks. We've seen that XRP continues to be one of the cryptocurrency that has that significant market push, with the price going from 2.95 as at the 16th of July to as high as 3.71, not to as high as 3.63. That this was achieved on the 18th of July. So currently the price is around 3.56, and I expect that if the market pace continues, we could see XRP hit the $5 mark by this time next week. That's if the current market trend continues. As always, any suggestions that I give is not financial advice. So it's important that you do your own research and look at and know what's happening in the crypto space, right? It's quite important. Another thing that we'll look at is wrapping up the top 10. We know that Cardano has surpassed Tron in terms of the flipping. Cardano is up 19% in the last 7 days, but you could see in the last 24 hours, its price came down. That's due to the general market downturn and also the current disagreement with the whale could also be a reason. We also see some developments with Hyperliquid, which is down 7% in the last 7 days. This is not surprising to me because it has not really followed the trend of the market. It actually pumped when the market was down. And what is happening now is that holders are withdrawing their liquidity and putting their assets into other cryptocurrencies in the quest to make gains during this period, like just to make sharp gains. Rounding up our top 19 to top 20 is Shiba Inu, that is up 11%. Toncoin is up about 3%, most likely jumping on the news that the the Telegram wallet, that's a good fundamental news that it can actually jump on. And another cryptocurrency that tends to pump during this period is Monero. But Monero has been taking it like a bit slow recently. Pepe the Frog is also in the top 30, and then we can see BitSensor wrapping up the top 30. Another, when we go down, we can also look at what's happening in the top 50. We see Official Trump has flipped WorldCoin. Official Trump is now the 50th largest cryptocurrency based on market cap, and the price is up 16% in the last 7 days. We know when the US government makes any significant moves, Donald Trump's token will pump, and that's not a surprise. Then let's move into Kaito, trying to look at some of the top comments there. You can see that the Kaito leaderboard has increased. We have more tokens there. And if you go to the Yappa feeds, we can see some of the sentiments that is happening in the market. Looking at just for the Yappa feed to load. I really don't know. Like, you can see that there is a lot of suggestion here. You can see Ethena, the growth of digital dollar and stablecoin is not the most important. We can see that some of the things that you can see is with regards stablecoin. This capital launchpad, I think this is a new feature. So you can see capital launchpad is more or less like they are trying to bring a new feature in terms of like vesting in crypto projects. So you can actually allocate your balance and vest into crypto projects. This is very interesting because when you think about it, you can see that with this capital launchpad now, you would be able to invest in crypto projects, and then just like TG, but in a unique way. So you investing in projects that are in pre-TG. And then we have Kaito N, which is more or less projects that have launched their TGE that are looking to incentivize users that are about to do their TGE. This is a different place where you can yap and you get rewards. And then we also go to cookie.fun, right? Let me just verify my cookie.fun. And then we are going to check some of the what's happening on cookie.fun. We don't know why their dashboard is it's not verifying. So like when we look at Kaito, we know that those are some of the things that we're looking at. I think I will just try and see how we can get into cookie.fun just to check some of the stuff that is happening on cookie.fun. I think the website is probably having some issues. So pending that, we can just check what's happening. Okay, I was able to, let's see, trying to look at cookie. So I was able to like log in using another of my accounts, and this cookie.fun, yeah. So we can see some of the information here that is happening. So let me just zoom my stuff so you can see clearly. You can see Fatcoin. These are some of the projects on cookie.com, the market events that have happened. So Solana has flipped BNB in market cap. Solana is up, surpasses $200. You can look at the good sentiments. We have XRP pushing the sentiments, Polymarket, Floki, Arbitrum. Link, Ethereum. Ethereum has gone down. Ethereum was leading before. So most of this market sentiment is going to XRP. Why negative sentiment? We still have Pom.fun, obviously from their botched PTG, and BingX is there, so I'm surprised about that. We also have Launchcoin, BNB, and some meme coins. Fogged my bag and lost everything. Very, 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 very funny. And then in terms of total mind share, we see Solana has the highest, Kaito, Pom.fun. So looking at that, I always like to go to Voices. Voices shows us what people are saying. Like VOH still has a lot of bullish sentiment on Solana, Kaito, and BTC. We see Ansem. Ansem has a lot of good positive sentiment about BTC, Pengu, Solana. Wale.much has sentiments on ETH, Pengu, and BTC. And ICO Beasts, Ethereum, Hype, and Coinbase, right? So these are some of them that they have those sentiments. I can see Ogun Adekunle saying, "Hello, crypto evangelist. Hello, Adekunle. Hope you are good." Just a shout out to you on the live today. It's nice to get a message from you. And also, we have other developments that is happening in the space. OXRP is bullish on BTC, Pom.fun, and Solana. And another thing that we can also see is Bandit's XBT is bullish on Monad, BTC, and Infinex. So these are some of the stuff that we can see on the market. Looking at that, and then we can also try and go back to projects. I know I wasn't sharing my screen then properly. So this is XRP Poly Markets, Link, Fatcoin, they're all green, and then we have Pom.fun in the red, sentiment part. And if you are interested in doing any of the campaigns, you can see VOI, you can see Olympics. These are projects where you can participate in their campaigns and get snaps, right? So that's one of the things that you can look at when it comes to cookie.fun. And there is one of the most, it's an impressive platform that you can use alongside Kaito. So going away from this, we just have our part where I just talk a bit about some of the things that we are likely to do next. And the next thing that we're going to do is token spotlight. Token spotlight is a very important aspect of what we do. And when we talk about our token spotlight is basically us doing just talking about a project. The project is usually a project that we've spotlighted, giving users like our ability to know new things about what's happening in the crypto space, talking about individual tokens that have shown a lot of potentials. And today we are going to be talking about one of the tokens that has a huge presence on Kaito. And the token that we're going to be talking about is a very impressive token. The token is regarded as one of the top tokens within the Kaito ecosystem, bringing a very, very unique approach towards a sector that I'm very, very interested in, which is the agricultural sector. And today we are going to be having our token spotlight. Our token spotlight for today is Corn Token. Corn Token is a decentralized crypto asset designed to bring DeFi innovations into the agricultural sector. Its mission is to connect farmers, supply chain partners, and investors through blockchain-powered incentives, fair trade, and transparent commodity financing. And we know that many versions of Corn tokens exist in niche DeFi experiments, but their core idea is to tokenize agricultural value streams for better yields, distribution, and sustainability. And when you think of some of the things about agricultural tokens have been for a while, and we've seen a lot of them come and go, saying that they're going to decentralize the agric field. Some of them go to fields in Africa, promise a lot of things, I know that for some of those that have failed in Africa, it could largely because of the regulatory uncertainty there. But part of the things that I keep on seeing about many of them is that they tend to have like unrealistic tokenomics and all that. But Con Token is saying that they want to change, they want to change the way that works, and it's going to be interesting to see how 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 they're able to do that, right? So we're going to look at some of the things about Con Token that makes them like an interesting prospect. And if we look at some of the key features of Con Token, they have the tokenized commodity contract. According to the project, this represents fractional ownership of agricultural yields or rights to future harvest. So when you're thinking about tokenized um, commod- commodity, or you're talking about fractional yield, then you're trying to see that people can come in and own like fractions of cryptocurrencies. I just realized that fractional yields have stopped becoming like huge, but I think Coin Token is looking to like bring it back where users can own tokenized commodity or fractional ownership of agricultural yield or rights to future harvest, bringing liquidity and global yields. Another thing that I see too that they have too is more or less like a DeFi farming incentive, whereby you can see users are incentivized to invest in farming liquidity pools or protocols, like and also you have the yield farming where you get like unique things within their ecosystem, right? So that's another thing that they're trying to do. And the Con token that we're talking about is offering Bitcoin holders like fast, easy, and access to a varied financial markets. So when you think about it, you also have the supply chain transparency. Supply chain transparency is enabling everything to be tracked. Like you get a lot of things where you get that like you can delegate, you can do all that. So one of the things that Con token has is is actually its uniqueness when you think about it. So another thing that they also have is the community DAO, and they have the integration with stable coins. So when you think of that, you are like, okay, they have integration with stable coins, which is quite impressive. And when you also see that they also have like their supply chain transparency, each step from planting and harvesting to shipment is actually tracked and can be recorded on chain. You also have the community DAO. The community DAO is something that they've also like done a lot of investment into. You see that many people are interested in Coin token because of its extensive community DAO, and it's not really a surprise that they are one of like the top cryptocurrency projects in terms of the agri field. And when you think about some of the things that we are looking for these projects to achieve, it's it's in terms of like its diversity, its ability to really like bring about that unique ecosystem. And another thing that one of the things that it also has is integration with stable coins. There is a lot of things that it has to do with stable coins, right? So that's another like interesting aspect of the token. And when you think about it in terms of like the in terms of its ecosystem is a unique like powered ecosystem, right? So one of the things that it tends to have is you see that ecosystem of users using the project, and is also like listed on Kaito. So so we go into the next thing, which is the fear and greed index. The fear and greed index is largely to extreme greed, which also follows like what the crypto market is saying, and also shows the entire like ecosystem in the crypto markets, which is quite positive towards towards the token, right? And one of another thing too that we see too about the corn token that we're talking about, because there are a lot of different corn tokens in the crypto space, but this one that we're talking about is largely tied to the agric ecosystem, and we are not, and unsurprisingly, it has shown a lot of potentials within this period of time. And beyond that, if we look at the major projects within its ecosystem, we can see agri DeFi pools, sustainable farming initiatives, and all those are some of the things that we see. And in terms of its market, it has a big market, like has a lot of ecosystem in its market. And looking at the bit at its market sentiment on Twitter, it has high market sentiment on Twitter, which is quite important when you are looking at the project. It's quite good that the market has like extensive ecosystem. It has a lot of potentials, and when you think about it, it's a very very good project. Many people are talking about it. People can claim retroactive points and all of that. Just looking at its website, which I'm going to show in a minute, can see that it has like a lot of like a website that has lending, has liquidity pool, and has a lot of things, right? So users can stake, get yields, like lot of things that it has. Like you can use your BTC backed tokens to like get access to the Bitcoin ecosystem. You can see that it has, you can learn, you can build, you can do a lot of things within its ecosystem. It has a dashboard. The dashboard, you can track your yields, you can do a lot of things within the corn ecosystem, right? It's a nice ecosystem that many people have used. I've explored it before, and it's one ecosystem that provides a lot of potentials for users. So basically, we've like highlighted the corn token. We've spoken a bit about it, looking at some of its features, and it's very important that when it comes to the crypto space, you are aware of what's happening in the crypto space. You are able to understand how the crypto market works, because that's one of the things that makes it easy for you to know that okay, this is what's happening, that's what's happening. And corn token has that potentials uh in the crypto space. And so far today, we've talked about a lot today. We've spoken about the XRP open interest, Telegram's launch, Cardano's founder defending IOG, the market watch, and our token spotlight. So that is all for today's Web3 pulse. Watch out for our episode tomorrow. You can also check out the Crypto Evangelist bot. Crypto Evangelist bot, engage with our bot. You could see the link to our bot in the description below. And you can also, like, if you are interested in checking out our different token spotlights on our YouTube page, you get access. Our YouTube page is segmented, so you can always watch our live after in our YouTube page, and you can get the very best information that you want from Crypto Evangelist. And until tomorrow, have a nice day and cheers.